Over to Dr. Klothangan for introducing the next speaker.
And before we start the second session, and I would like to say a few words regarding our KIMS Medicon 2020 theme, Covidology. And what does it say? You mean Covidology as nephrology, cardiology, or neurology? I think this term will stay long. What does it indicate? That it's a pandemic which is not conquered yet to be conquered. And this way, and in future, this Covidology will be there for some time, and it's to all of us to reveal the mysteries behind it. Wherever investigation, clinical features or treatment, it's still a mystery, or in a ocean where you can't find. Anyway, before it's customary to introduce our speaker. Before that, I would like to happy to say that my co-chairman Dr. Appandas is my student, and our speaker today is Dr. V. Rajendran, MD, Associate Professor of Medicine, Madras Medical College. He is a chief physician in the IMCU and in charge of toxicology unit and poison control. And he is interested in training a research center at Rajiv Gandhi Government General Hospital, Chennai. He is a recipient of various awards, one of them being Best Doctors Award from Madras Medical College, and is actively involved in COVID care at Madras Medical College. We have great pleasure in requesting Dr. Rajendran to start the second session by giving us his general overall view of COVID in Chennai experiences. Welcome, sir. Please start.
Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Rajendran from the Madras Medical College. I think the ideal time for the Covidology topic on the floor. There's a lot of experiences. Actually, the topic is about the Chennai experience. There are a lot of things that have changed from the month of February right now. So a lot of things has been changed, and a lot of the modality of treatment, how the healthcare workers accustomed to the way they are treating the patients right now, when it was from the February to right now. So a lot of things happen, and just I want to share you all the things, not only on the treatment point of view or something else, how we prepared ourselves, how we adapted, accommodated to the COVID-19 from the month of February till now, and what we are doing now, and how it helped us to gain the confidence and how to handle the cases, what we were in the February, what we are right now. Just I want to share some of the experiences from our hospital and from Chennai point of view. Yeah, this is the first COVID positive patient in Tamil Nadu on 7th March 2020. So you can imagine how we were. The first case received in Rajiv Gandhi Government General Hospital. It will be apprehensive. The cases which is going to come finally landed in Tamil Nadu and received the case. And we have a lot of what we call apprehension. We are doing what is going to happen to the patients, because we are hearing from other countries that the COVID patients are dying like anything. So we really have to be very, what do you call? We want to really see the patients very closely, and at the same time, our healthcare workers and everybody, you can in the initial stages of apprehensions of the viral communications, viral infectivity and other things. So we had a real good 14 days or 15 days on the patient, and luckily the patient is in the mild to moderate category. He came out very nicely, and then successfully the first case of COVID in Chennai has been managed very well, and that is the first case, and then on the journey starts for us. Here, if you look at the month-wise COVID cases, Tamil Nadu and Chennai, you can see initially the March 104 cases. The peak started around the July and August. You can see in Tamil Nadu it is around 182,182 cases in the month of August. In Chennai it is around, you can see here, it's around 3,200 to 2,500 to 3,000 cases are reported at the time of July to August. This is the peak period where the Chennai also going through a very highly infective phase, and then the COVID started to decline, and now we are having around 400 or 450 cases per day right now. So you can see how the month of at the month of July it is around 41 cases, 481 cases in Chennai, Now totally we have around 8,563 cases are in Chennai right now. So you can see the epidemiological curve for the COVID-19 Chennai. You can see from here, you can see that from 25th, 22nd, the peak started, and then 28th July, 1st July, and all the heavy peak, and then second trough around 18th August to 27th August. You can see here 18th August, 27th August, and then third is around the October also. So this is a series of plateau waves are going on here and there, and then the maximum peak happened around the July month of this year. So what is the weekly trend? You can again see here, this is July, June, 30th June to 6th July. You can see 13,000 cases have been recorded so far. And then now it is around 970 cases up to 18th November. This is for another 2 days of weekly trend in Chennai. The last 14 days, you can see the trend like 621. And then now it is around 479. This is of 18th November, 421 cases, 479 cases are there. In doubling time, considering the compound growth rate for the last seven days, 303.6 for the last 7 days. This doubling time, 303.63 days, and the cumulative case fatality rate is 1.8. Previously, it is around 17 days, 10 days like that in the days of July, June, 23rd June, and 27th June. You can have this, and then here at now it is around 303 days for the doubling time. But likely the cumulative case fatality rate, sub rate is 1.80 only. You can also see the case doubling trend also. You can see the same way from the severe lockdown to the lockdown of 5 and 6, the doubling time was very high. Now the doubling time is around 303.63 days in lockdown 10. You go to the zonal breakup of COVID-19 cases, you can see the Anna Nagar, Thanambet, and then Ambattur zones are red spots where there is a high amount of cases were reported, and then recovery also very, very high in those cases also. So there is a huge amount of cases in those areas we noticed. The COVID incidence per lakh population ratio, the positive cases incidence per lakh is around 180 for the highest in Anna Nagar, and then Valsaravakam, and then Ambattur areas where you can have the highest number of and then active cases around 21, but in Anna Nagar 8, it is around 53 cases are active cases per lakh. This is also given clue where the incidence is very high in those areas and other things. So this is about statistics, what we are talking now, but how we prepared for ourselves. So initially, we had around in Rajiv Gandhi General Hospital, we had around 25 to 50 beds exclusively allotted for COVID care. And the stages when the patients are not growing, we made ready for around 50 beds, and then from the 50 bed onwards, the infrastructure has tremendously improved all over Tamil Nadu. Maybe in Chennai also, a lot of beds has been created. We know the importance of oxygen deficiency, how it is handled, how the healthcare workers are primed for this COVID-19. So how the healthcare workers were primed for us? Actually, what happens is the same update on COVID-19 has started during the month of February 2020 itself. Before the arrival of the cases, we started to do all the works on the training of the doctors, training of the staff nurse, training of others regarding the nature of the virus and what we are going to do, how we are going to treat the cases and other things. The same we have started. Training on PPE and hand washing for all health professionals and workers were initiated in batches since February 15th. So every department, all the departments has been asked to send the people in a regular basis or every day to the training center that was kept in the hall in MMC. So there will be everyone in the hospital being trained on how to do the PPE, hand washing, all other things are trained periodically and methodically from the month of February. Hands-on training for donning and doffing of personal protective equipment was done. Monitoring in worksite regarding donning, doffing of PPE was done. And routine retraining of SCB identified as deficient was done. This is very important because once donning, doffing done, I can show you a slide where what are the mistakes that they're doing. We are monitoring from the camera that is being installed so that we really care for the patients. Anybody is doing in the wrong way of donning and doffing, especially doffing. So we give them a clear-cut idea what to do, and then we put a note on that also. What else does not be repeated, what has to be done, everything is kept in the donning and doffing areas. The critical management training was given. Since the other super specialty department were also involved in the frontline care of patients, training and available knowledge regarding case management were updated on regular basis in accordance with the Ministry of Family Welfare guidelines and state Corona task force guidelines. Online sessions on the management was this is very, very important. So every day, so the people will be going for the duties. The others will be on coming for the 4 duties were being kept morning, afternoon, evening, and night duties were kept for 4 duties were kept in a day for postgraduates and then assistant professors and then CRIs. See these people are kept in 6 hours duties 4 times a day. So what happens is the persons who was not in duty, others were called for training and online sessions, and they were continuous training on the protocol management, how to strictly protocol, and all other things have been thoroughly, the initial stages, we really went very hard on those lines because it has to be uniform, it has to be streamlined, so that we made it that online sessions went in real depth, and then it does really give us real benefits. So you can see that the donning, doffing by the community medicine and people, they are doing regularly, they are doing from the day February onwards till now. Some, if required, we are giving that also. Any changes that has been made here, the people are going on training here. You can see the intensive training going on. Hand washing techniques. And this is the one. So we monitor the patients who are donning and doffing there. If they are doing the doffing, there's any things that they are doing abnormally, that is not acceptable. We let them know that this is not the way to do, because it can infect others also, other things. Whatever it is, what they should not do, we tend to tell them, and then we can put some sort of an notice also on the particular row what the mistake has been done without naming the persons involved. Preparedness for chronic infrastructure. How we went to the infrastructure? You can see here initially the oxygen requirement. We started one block by one block. Initially 50 cases, then another block with 150, other block with 150, another block with 150, and then another one with the 600. So there's 1,600 to 2,000, 3,000 cases we can accommodate right now. So to the need demand, we really started installing the oxygen plants. 3 of oxygen plants like this has been installed. New one also been oxygen plant has been installed now right now. And then this is another important one. During the course of treating the patients, we found it very difficult to communicate with the ward because all the new buildings, new blocks have landlines. What we did is, so we went for a mobile phone. Even then, sometimes the mobile phone become the signal is not very good. So what made us to think is, why don't we go for walkie-talkies, especially for transporting cases under the important cases? Because very, very important. It's not just about transportation. It is about receiving the patients in a proper way. They get adapted. They get ready for receiving the patients with all oxygens and other things. So we want to make sure that the transportation and the other things should not be jeopardized just because of communication. We ensure that this is being done because this can cover up at least the whole hospital campus. We can cover with the walkie-talkie. That's really helped us in a lot of ways. So this is the bed capacity that we have in COVID hospital, 14 government hospitals and private hospitals, 34 hospitals. So we had in grand total, we had 10,128 bed capacity. And then for COVID health centers, this is primarily a hospital type 1, where they can manage the comorbid conditions, not very sick patients, but the comorbid conditions with the stable patients we can manage at the COVID health centers. We have a bed capacity of 5,557. And then COVID care centers, the patients who is not comorbid, and the patient can be managed just for quarantine purposes and observation purposes. We have 16,536. Totally, we have 32,221 bed capacity available right now in Chennai to deal the cases. So this is about our annexure for RGGH. We have Joseph, KP Park, all these places are available, and only the 3 places are working, Joseph and KP Park, and 1 more place is working now. All others have been closed because of the decline in the corona cases. So here again we started, because the people should not be don't know where to go. We started the boards, so may help this at the OPD, and then patient waiting area we clearly demarcated. And then once the patient is coming very sick, we have an OPD ICU holding area where there's not been no delay. There's zero delay in giving whatever the patient necessary. We make sure that the patient gets an ICU holding area in the OPD itself, so that they get the spontaneous instantaneous treatment for the patients of COVID patients.